Howdy, and welcome to the Feed Bandit podcast, where we talk all things hunting and introduce you to the most innovative hunting gear and services. Here are your hosts, Jimmy Byrne and Richard Kinchlow.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to this quarantine edition of the Feed Bandit podcast. Jimmy here, and joined via, the interwebs by Richard. How's quarantine going for you?
Well, quarantine's pretty good. I ain't yet got the contravirus, so that's a plus.
That's right. I laughed, of course, when you sent me the text about the up, down, down, left, right.
BA.
Is that the cure?
Yeah.
That's like the force field against the virus.
Oh, absolutely. Any kid born from 79 to born 79 to like 85 knows that by heart. That code also worked for Life Force, which was a playing game. It was significantly harder to beat than Contra, of course. So,
well, Contra is pretty tough though.
Oh,
without the code.
Well, no, are you kidding me? Of course, yeah, no, yeah. I remember.
I don't know anyone who beat it without the code.
Oh, of course not. No, there's no way. I remember. When I was born in 80, my brother's born in 85, and 85, 86, yeah, I think 86. Anyway, he really caught the the Nintendo bug or whatever, and so he'd always be out playing these things for hours. My God, dude, I just put the code in. This is so boring. Right. He's like, well, it's not the same. I'm like, dude, what? No, of course it's much better.
Why are you using the Game Genie?
Yes, the Game Genie. Wow. No, seriously. It's like, I used to play Mega Man a lot, and then
I love Mega Man.
That was great. Yeah, like in Mega Man 3 or 3, I think it was, and by 4, if I was caught playing Mega Man, it was total dork, So so Mega Man 3, if you got the other controller, so I guess the second controller, and hold down the right arrow button, you can't die in the pit, and you have like super jumps. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Who would have known that?
Yeah, pretty good. And I still remember it. Yeah,
genius.
So I remember, for like the first couple, because I read about in some dork magazine that that I probably took, and hopefully, God willing, canceled shortly after that. Because again, you're caught with a Nintendo magazine at the age of what I've been like 9 or 10. That's probably not going to work. But now I remember like I was like holding it down with my toes. I'm like, oh, this is working great. And then that's when I realized, hey, dumb, why don't you go get some tape? Yeah.
Right.
So,
right. So it's just permanently held down. You don't have to mess with it.
Yeah. Exactly. So, anyways, those are the days.
Reminiscing about the good old days, and hell, I mean, some of those games would be fun to play now that we're kind of twiddling our thumbs sometimes, looking out the window, like, okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
I will say that during this here quarantine, my neighbors have been bit by the exercise bug. I mean, people are walking everywher. I'm hey, shouldn't you be in school? Okay, no, I totally
right. People might end up losing a little LBs in this thing, and we may have a baby boom at the end, or a boom in divorces, possibly
a boom in like child murder. I mean,
yes, all the memes.
They actually
working from home.
They actually said
taping their kids up.
They actually said that, and I'm not sure who they are, by the way. I only say that. They said that there's actually been a spike in like domestic abuse or something, which of course is freaking terrible. I mean, the fact that how could you hurt a child, intentionally is beyond me. Let's go outside, dude. God. Anyway,
go outside and I don't know, punch a pillow outside or something.
Yeah, rolling dog poop like your dog did this morning.
Oh God, biscuit. Yeah, that was fun dealing with.
Anyway. Miserable way to start off the morning. Miserable.
Oh, all over my hand. I mean, because I went to like take some grass. Like I bundled up some grass, and to wipe off at least the chunks and stuff before we got back. Got back here to wash him off and everything. And of course, then it gets in my hand and everything, and I'm just beside myself pissed,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
just
God.
sweat dripping off my brow,
Oh
just
yeah.
like, why do you do that? Why do you
Yeah.
do that?
I'd be dry heaving profusely.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, well, we wanted to dive in again to one of our Inside Our Gear Bag series, right? I mean, right, or actually, it is a series, singular, I guess, Inside the Gear Bag series,
Right.
with turkey season coming up, right? Especially youth season starting us out, and then regular turkey season, at least here in Texas, starting beginning of April,
Well, actually,
or
South
last week
Texas.
in March.
Well, yeah, I think South Texas actually started last weekend.
Oh, they already did.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where we are.
But yeah, the North Texas, which North Texas, as far as the turkey zone is concerned, that's a lot of counties. Yeah, that the youth season starts this Saturday.
But you were able to procure for yourself or your daughter a new
pumped.
toy, right?
I am pumped.
Talk about
that. Yes. So when this time last year, I had discovered a little shotgun, that I felt was going to be really good for the kiddo. So I tried to buy it, and I tried to buy it, and I even started like in January looking for this thing, and I had absolutely no luck. None of the big gun people had it, whether it be the big box stores like Cabela's, nobody had it. And I even called the brand is called Stevens, okay? And so Stevens is kind of like the Keystone Light of, I think it's Ruger or Savage. So yeah, and so I called and of course there's some Yankee deal. They're like, oh yeah, we've been sold out for so long. I'm like, dude, seriously?
Sounds like Janine.
Janine. Exactly. No, she was some back east act anyway. And I was like, wow, that's really frustrating. So anyways, I didn't have any luck at finding any of them. So fast forward to January of this year, I started looking again, and lo and behold, I go onto the website, go onto Stevens, firearms, whatever.com, find the actual shotgun, and now it says buy. So I click on it. I click on buy. And you basically pick the one you want. Oh, and I probably had to tell you a little bit about the Stevens, why I liked it. Well, first and foremost, it is a single shot 410. Okay, single shot 410 that comes in 2 camo.
Oh, like in the Robert Earl song there.
Yeah. There you go. It comes in 2 camo patterns. Okay, it's got it's perfect for kids. It's got the actual hammer. Okay, it's got a nice little safety that's real easy to get to. But a couple of very unique things about it is a dedicated turkey gun. Okay, it has got a full turkey choke in that
permanently gun. In it.
Basically? Yeah, well, no, you can take it out if you want to, but it is a full choke, full turkey choke in the front of that gun, which is really, really cool. So you don't have to go out and buy it extra. It's got the eyelets on the stock if you want to put a sling in there, which was handy. I've had a couple of shotguns that didn't even come with that. I don't know why. And the other really neat feature about this gun is that it's got a rail system on it for a red dot scope.
Oh, cool.
So if you wanted to put a red dot on there, you could certainly do that. So, here I am thinking, man, this will be perfect for my daughter, especially after what happened last spring. Last spring, I ended up getting some turkey loads in 20 gauge and tried to get her. This is my 8-year-old or 7-year-old at the time. Tried to get her on one of our youth 20 gauges that we've got, and the kick was just too much. And it was kind of funny because I'm like, look, baby, watch daddy shoot. And of course, I'm like, oh my God, that was a hell of a kick, So I was like, she ain't gonna buy it. So that's when I really got angry at Stevens because I really wanted this gun. So, anyways, fast forward. I'm on the website and it basically says, okay, click buy. So I click buy, pick the one I want, and then it says pick your gun broker, and it has three different squares for you basically to click on. So I'm like, I have no idea who. So I just picked the middle one. I picked the middle one. That's put in your zip code. Put in my zip code. I actually did my zip code at work, and sure enough, the closest firearms dealer actually ends up not being a big box store, which I thought was cool. It was Rifle Gear off of Windhaven and the toll road. And so sure as hell, like $179. Yeah, that's right. $179 is all this thing basically cost me. Yeah. And sure enough, I got an email from the gun broker saying, all right, we've submitted the order to Stevens. The gun's being shipped, and it'll be at Rifle Gear, and they will give you a call when it's ready. Sure as hell, a week later, they give me a call. I'm like, what? I go in there and I pick it up. Fantastic. So simple, so easy. You had to fill out the stupid firearms paperwork, but it was really, really simple. And here's another little bonus for you. That shotgun, that Stevens 410, came with the red dot scope on there.
Oh, did it really?
Didn't even know it. So
Nice.
Obviously I've been holding on to this gun since late January, and we go out to Rancho Bandito a couple of weeks ago. And this was kind of the ultimate test, to try this thing out. Now, we got the gun. Okay, that's step one. Here's the other step, and this is where I think, truthfully, it does turn some folks off. The shells. The shells are kind of a different story.
Hey, hold on one quick moment. Hey folks, have you ever wished that there was an easier way to find the hunting feeds, supplies, and services you need, when and where you need them? If so, check out our hunter search at feedbandit.com, where you can see what hunting suppliers are in your area or are on the way to your land. Don't waste any more precious time searching Google or calling around for feed, blinds, feeders, or even outfitters. Just use our targeted search for hunters, the Feed Bandit Hunter Search, over at feedbandit.com. We'll find your feed.
So this gun is basically I'm not gonna say it's specially made for, but there is a certain type of 410 shell that you're really supposed to shoot in here because it is for turkey, and it's called the TSS, which is tungsten basically. So the difference between lead, steel, and then tungsten apparently is denser and it hits harder. So you can use smaller tungsten, and you can use a smaller tungsten shot, so like a 9 shot for turkeys. And through this gun, and it apparently in the density of the actual shot, it hits hard, and it's an absolute turkey killer. So I'm like, oh man, this is fantastic. So, I get home from work and I go to order the shells. I'm like, sweet mother of Mary, $26 for one box. Now,
wow,
if
that's like it's more than steel, or
it gets worse. If said box held about 12 shells, 24 shells, I wouldn't be bothered. But the fact that it holds 5 shells. Absolutely, just God, it made me sick. It really is. But again, it's a specialized shell. I get it. So, anyways, I ended up finding them through Max Prairie Wings for about $21 a box, which is better. And of course, it's got a mail-in rebate where you can get 10% off, and so I gotta go through all that crap. But they should be here any day now. But they're the ones I got are Browning TSS 3-inch 410 9-shot, and so apparently these things are absolutely lethal. Well, the weekend, like 2 weekends ago, rather now, because we've all had the corona, we went out to Rancho Bandito, and we actually got my daughter and one of her friends on the sandbags, at 30 yards, and we were just shooting the gun, just to see where we were, to see how it feels, things of that nature. And I'm absolutely delighted to report that Abby loved it. It was very similar to the she shoots a 204 for hogs and stuff. It was just like that. The red dot scope was super easy for her to understand and her to learn. And so we started at 35 yards. And, even with just traditional, I think we were using just traditional 410 shells. So they were like for dove loads. I think they were like the number 6 shot. Okay. So they're actually a little bit bigger, right, than the 9 shot, but they're lead. And, powdering that gun at 35 yards, I mean, she was aiming right for the head. And I mean, it probably was a dead turkey. even with not using this tungsten stuff.
Well, she just needs one of those pellets to get in that brain.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. And so to your point, I was actually using some paper targets, just your standard targets, first and foremost when we kind of started this test. And then that was at 35 yards. Then we moved in about 10 yards. I think we sat actually about 28 yards. Because I shot again, it was kind of off, so we moved in a little bit closer. Well, that's at that point we moved a little closer again, so we're about 28 yards. I break out from my sportsman's box these paper turkey targets that I got in February's box, which is I've always wanted them and I can never seem to find them. So what's really cool about these is these things are they're a little bit smaller than an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. But I was able to staple them on there and really pattern that, see where that gun is hitting it, as far as if it was hitting them in the kisser or not, right in the head. And so we moved a little bit closer, but there was a significant difference of pellets inside the kill shots, inside the head zone, at about 28 yards and 35 yards. So I am very, very confident that once we load her up with these $21 tungsten shells, she's going to be in good shape. So man, awesome. I am really excited. We're going to be going to Rancho Bandito here this weekend, and going to spend a couple of days out there. Seeing if we can't finally get her a big game species. If you followed the podcast for any amount of time, we've really been working to try to get my daughter to get her a hog, and just 2019, 2020 just has not been the year. So we are really hoping that we're going to be able to get her a turkey. So we're excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Now you are gonna have your GoPro thing going on your head, so you
absolutely.
can record it.
Oh yeah. So
okay, yeah.
something that I asked for last year for my birthday, as I asked for a couple of pop-up blinds. We traditionally at Rancho Bandito really don't use those, especially for turkey hunting, because when you're just by yourself or with another person, you're walking around, you're in full camo, but obviously with the kids being this is number one, we're really wanting to try to increase our success, for birds. So, we've got the pop-up tent, and a chair. I'm going to have my tripod in there and my GoPro. So we're really going to try to get all this on, video. So, the other
awesome.
Good thing is that the hogs are really starting to move kind of the feeders and whatnot. So, man, there might be, knock on wood, there could be a twofer this weekend. You never know.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting a blood.
Yep, no, for sure.
And some great videos.
Sure, we'll take some good pictures, get some good video, and we'll do a nice report on it. So,
cool.
Obviously, we'll let everybody know how this gun shoots. But again, I can't talk enough about this gun as far as at least preliminary. Seeing it on the target, taking it out there. It's just it's performed very well so far. It's light. It's perfect for kids. So
I was going to say that it sounds like a great way to introduce the kids to turkey hunting. Whereas I go out there with my 12 gauge pump, and I can't imagine being that age and having to deal with that. It might be a little too intimidating to want to go back out there again. But if you can have a gun like that, it's easy in to the.
It really is. It really is. And one of the things that we tried on some of the 20 gauges is we tried. I think actually I don't have a youth model 20 gauge. I have a woman's. One that's made for the ladies, and my dad bought it for me when I was a kid, and it's a Brownie pump, and so I tried to put Abby on that thing, and you know how tall she is and just how lanky she kind of is, so I figured that she'd be able to use it, but it was really uncomfortable, and she couldn't get the sight picture and all that kind of stuff, and that's kind of what started the downward spiral last year, and then I put her on the single shot. 20 gauge, and of course then she saw me shoot it, and it just blew her. It was crazy. So again, this 410 is going to be really, really cool. And we got a video actually on our YouTube page if you want to go and check it out. It's actually done incredibly well. It's got over 315 views on it, which is awesome. That was the intent, to try to make videos that are educational for everybody, to try to, hopefully try to get those kiddos involved. It's thinking about heading out to the turkey woods this year, in my opinion, is a little bit different than the previous years. When we head out, I guess we're breaking quarantine technically, but when we head out, passing through all these small towns, looking at all these small businesses like the feed stores, it really makes me want to go and spend some money with those folks. Everybody needs the help. So if you're out there in the turkey woods and you're, this weekend, next weekend, the weekend after, man, make sure you stop and help those feed stores. They need it.
That's right. It's that's what we're here. That's why we're here. Yep. We want to help out these. Who's listened to this for any length of time knows that's what we're all about. But especially now, I mean, who knew that all this was going to happen? I mean, it's pretty crazy out there, and I'm glad that we're here to do our part to kind of help out. And so I hope all the listeners out there, can kind of help us out in that endeavor. Check out your local feed store.
I agree.
Check out just any local business, small business. Help them out. So awesome.
I agree.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to get some play-by-play. I'll live vicariously through you while I'm still quarantined in my house.
There you go. Yeah. I'm already working.
Potty training my son.
Right. Oh God, I'm miserable. I'm already working on my excuse from the troopers. Like, boy, where are you heading off? I'll go to the grocery store. Oh, you're going to the grocery store in X town? That's a long way from Dallas.
Right. Just watch out for those highwaymen.
Yeah. God, think about it. They've got to be so bored. Well, I guess you got the trucks are probably still moving, I would guess.
Yeah.
All
right. Well, I'm sure a lot of us who listen to this will be living vicariously through you, so we'll have to. Can't wait to get the update next week. For sure. We'll hear from you, I guess, next week about what happened.
Yeah.
Or actually, it'll be next week. So
social media.
When folks hear this, social media. Follow us on all the social medias. You'll get an immediate update with pictures about what happened. And then we'll give a verbal update on the next podcast, just as an aside, to see how the shotgun performed, and talk about. I love hearing about how the turkeys come in and what they did, where they came from, and how they went down. All those details. Love it.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait.
It'll be fun.
Well, you got anything else you want to talk about on this one?
Well, that's all I got. Ready to get out there, trying to get out of this funk that this stupid thing has caused. So I'm ready.
Well, folks, we're going to be here for you. We're going to keep talking hunting to try to keep your mind off of what's going on out there. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, we'll all be back out in the field where possible. And just stay tuned to the podcast, and we'll be continuing to have fun, joke around, and keep talking some hunting.
Yep.
So other than that, that's all I got as well. So everyone out there, please, go to the website, feedbandit.com. We got some things we're working on to help everybody out there. Help some, a lot of the small businesses that we talk to and that we work with. So in order to hear about those things, to get notified, also to get some hunting tips, tricks, and other interesting things, and write into your email box, please join our email list. You can do that easily by texting the word bandit to 33777. As soon as you do that, you'll be on our list, and you'll be able to follow along with everything that's going on. It'll give you a little, another distraction, so that you're not, focused too much about being quarantined, perhaps in your home, or, prevented from doing the things other things you'd be doing otherwise out there. Right. So join us, stick with us, and we'll stick with you. And with that, everyone out there, have a good one.
Thanks for listening to the Feed Bandit podcast. If you like what we discuss on the show, be sure to sign up to our email list to get even more killer hunting ideas, tips, tricks, and exclusive deals on innovative hunting gear and services delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up over at feedbandit.com or simply by texting the word bandit to 33777. See you on the next one, and remember, support your local feed store.